Alright, scholars, so we talked in class about influential documents that were going to be ideas taken from those that are going to be used in creating our own Constitution in the United States. But we're also going to talk about some important Virginia documents that are also going to be very influential in both the Constitution as well as the Bill of Rights. Remember, this is U.S. VA government, so we're also going to be talking about Virginia's important contributions. And particularly, we're going to talk about these three dudes: George Mason, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison. So you should have these three parts in your notes, and that's what your quiz will be on when I see you next. First up, Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson is somebody that you should associate with religious freedom. So he wrote what's called the Statute for Religious Freedom. It was the first time that religious freedom is protected by law. And when we study the Bill of Rights, the First Amendment is also going to include religious freedom, right? So he was very influential in religious freedom and the right to worship or however you please, that the government cannot intervene in religion in any way. So one right protected by the First Amendment, and really comes from Thomas Jefferson when he wrote this. So this was a Virginia document which provided religious freedom for all of Virginians. He also wrote the Declaration of Independence, which is pretty important as well. Alright, we have George Mason. He agreed with Jefferson in freedom of religion, but he also is going to include freedom of press, no excessive bail, you have to have a warrant to be searched, and so on and so on and so on. So he's very influential in the Bill of Rights as well. But for Virginia, he wrote the Virginia Declaration of Rights. It said that Virginians should have freedom of religion and press, and but press is like freedom of the news or newspapers, freedom of the media. And of course, that is the basis for the Bill of Rights to the Constitution. And we have James Madison, Little Jimmy. Right, he is considered to be the father of the Constitution because he kept very detailed notes during the Constitutional Convention and helped to make compromises at the Constitutional Convention. So next class we'll talk about the Virginia Plan, and most of our Constitution comes here from James Madison's Virginia Plan, which proposed the three branches. It's going to propose a lot more, but you're going to do some research and tell us about that next class. And he also authored much of the Bill of Rights. So as we talk more about these Virginians, you'll see that no one really cared much about James Madison. People were really, Thomas Jefferson and George Washington, Ben Franklin. These are much more like known statesmen. But James Madison comes in and he's like, hey guys, why don't we have the Virginia Plan? And he actually rises to fame. He becomes president later, and so he is going to be very, very important for the creating of the Constitution. So that's it. 3 measly minutes, 3 measly slides. You're going to have a good time, an easy time getting 100% on that quiz next class. See you later.